good evening. And I was just thinking to myself, I wonder if anybody will be on because New Year's Day was yesterday and a lot of people are off today. And so they'd be doing all kinds of stuff. Depending on where you live, you might be in a snowstorm. But Julie is in here. Angie is in here. Shannon is in here. Shannon, I am making hats still for all those kiddos of yours. Craig's here. Hello. Carol's here. And Jake is here. Now, I know there's more people than that, but that's how many people have commented. And Shawnee is here from Canada. I understand because my friend tried to fly into Vancouver before Christmas, couldn't get in. So then she went the day after Christmas and she just got back late last night. She said it was interesting trying to get on the island that she lives on. So that is craziness. And Sherry is in here. Elaine. Hello. Some new people in here. Oh, Shore Winner. That's an interesting name. And Janice is in. Anne is here. And I hope you and Jake and those little ones, those two beautiful girls, are having a great 2023 already. Oh, and the Pafford Homestead is in here. Brandy here. I pray your New Year's is off to an amazing start. Actually, New Year's has been good so far. I'm totally excited. And Lynn is in. And Linda is in. Shawnee says the gong show at the airport for sure. Rare for Vancouver. That's what Louise said too. She says, we don't have snow like this usually. And she said it was just a nightmare trying to, getting on the ferry and doing all the stuff that she had to do to get to where she lives. And she said it was tough. And so I felt bad for her. And then she flew back in last night and brought 8 people with her. So one daughter, a bunch of grandkids. And so I'm going to meet them tomorrow. So I'm totally excited about that. And Steph girl, how are you? I am loving the study. In fact, after my live, I am going to be back on my next day. It's a 5 days a week study for 6 weeks. It's awesome so far. That is right, Ange. This background is my kitchen in Wyoming. Though I'm in Arizona. But I was missing home and I was scrolling through some pictures and I thought, oh, I'm going to do this. It'll be like sitting in my kitchen talking to you guys. So I'm totally excited about it. Back behind me is my pots and pans. And my kitchen is small. It's as small as my kitchen down here. And there's only so much space that you can put, and pots and pans take up a lot. So what I did is I took an old bed frame. Let me go like this, an old bed frame. I turned it sideways, painted it with the same paint as the walls, and then I attached it to it. And then all those metal bars that go on the bed frame, I put S-hooks, and I hang my lids and my pots and pans and my strainer, and I actually just love it. And so that's just always kind of a fun thing when you don't have enough space, or you don't have enough money, or you have to think outside the box, and you can come up with ingenious things. And so I started scrolling what to do with my pots and pans. And what they did wasn't exactly what I did, but I liked the concept, and it was just like, oh yeah, I can do that. So, but there's just all kinds of people popping in. Hey, Wendy, how are ya? And everybody's saying hi to everybody. I always like that. When I go on to other people's lives, I like saying hi to everybody, all my friends, all the people that make comments on my videos and that you have become friends with over the months and the years. And that's just always so much fun. Now, it is interesting when you start a new year. And some people, it's just another day. Doesn't make any difference to them, and that's okay. But for me, what's in store for 2023? Actually, I'm always excited about a new year. But this year, I feel very, very much more excited just like there's something in the air and it's something that's going to be good. And I always say it's those windows of heaven opening up. And so I'm totally excited about that. Oh, Craig says they're going to try that at the cabin. Awesome. You know, I mean, you wouldn't have to use a bed frame. You could use, or a bed headboard, a metal headboard, but you could use a lot of things as long as it had some kind of crossbar on it. But it's a great way when you don't have enough space to put stuff. Over on a wall that's this way, because it's backwards to me when I'm looking at it. Joe made me these boards that came across, and the wall is gray there. And so I painted those black, and then he put little things in them, and all my cast iron hangs on that, because I used to have my cast iron in the Lazy Susan. It was just way too much weight. And so he just screwed those boards into the studs, and it works perfect. I can just grab the different pans when I need it, and I like it. Steph says she has to store lots of pots and pans in her oven. Oh, I've done that before too. In fact, right now in Arizona, in my kitchen over there, I have pots and pans stored in my oven. And I have some on top of the refrigerator. Now, you probably just heard a noise click on, and it's like, that is my neighbor's heat pump. You know, it runs the air conditioning for him and the heat. It is so loud all the time. It's just right outside my art studio. And I really think there's something wrong with it. In fact, I think he rents, but I do know the owners. And I think I might say something to him, because I think that it's using way too much energy. And like right now, it's 61 degrees outside. It's not hot. It's not cold. In fact, it's probably perfect temperature inside. It's probably 65, 68 degrees in here. And so it's weird is what it is. Oh, look here. Henry Leslie, Vermont. Happy New Year. I hope you're having a good time. I'm going to give us a few things away tonight, 2 things away tonight. So that's kind of fun. It's a big year for you, right? I think Julie's talking to me. It is a big year. And I think I agree, Brandy, that there's something big in the air. And I don't feel like it's ominous or anything like that. It's like, I think can be something good in the air. Oh, and Susan's here. Hello, Happy New Year. So exciting. So many people. Okay, so let's tell you the story about this. Angie writes, she stores stuff in her dishwasher until I took it. In Wyoming, there was a space that had a dishwasher. Well, I don't use a dishwasher. I have always washed. Well, I shouldn't say I've never used a dishwasher. I have used a dishwasher, but not for years and years. And so I would just store my canning jars, all kinds of stuff in there. And Angie's dishwasher broke down. I said, well, you can have it, you know. And so came and got it, and they used it. And then I just changed that space into a different area, and I made it so that my garbage can could go in there, and like garbage bags, extra soaps, you know, things like that. And then I sewed a curtain thing, because I like that look of that old country kitchen kind of look, that they used material underneath sinks. I like that idea. And so that's what I did. Hendrickson Family Farms, how are ya? Oh, and Sherry's here. Hey, thanks for the email today. And it sounds very interesting. She's doing Whack and Wild, I think that's what it's called, Wacky and Wild food dishes, and for next month. So I'm going to do a video, and so I have to think of what I want to make. So I'm excited about that, actually. You know, that'll be fun. Collaborations are always fun. It makes you think, and it makes you ponder what other people are going to do, because you don't want to do the same thing as them, but you don't know ahead of time a lot of times. So you have to be really unique in what you make. And sometimes I like making it complicated, and sometimes I like making it very simple that anybody could make it in just in a matter of minutes. So it should be very fun. Now, what's in store with Suburban Homesteader Wyoming, Arizona in the year to come, in 2023? Yesterday, I think it was yesterday. Today's Monday. Yes. Yesterday, I put up a video on my top 5 homesteading goals. And because I live in 2 different places, I did 5 for Wyoming and 5 for Arizona. So those are some of my goals to meet in 2023. In fact, one of my goals for down here is to start doing some hydroponics. Now, up in Wyoming, I have a beautiful setup with the hydroponics, and it just grows phenomenal. But I wanted to have some stuff down here. Very limited space, and I have to remember how hot it gets in the summertime. So when I even just the idea of putting things away, I have to make sure that when it goes through the year, it's going to be okay. So anyway, I ordered today a countertop hydroponics, and it's kind of like the one I had years and years ago, my very first hydroponics. My mom had bought it for me for Christmas one time. And so, but now they're much better. The lighting is better. The one I ordered can hold 12 plants. And so it's supposed to be here like Thursday. So I'll do a video about that. And so I'm totally excited. Shannon says, excited you are going to do chickens and rabbits. That is true, because I have some of the best friends in the world. And you know what I'm talking about. Because when you live in 2 different places, you have to figure out how you can have animals, because you don't want to have to pay somebody to watch them all through the winter. You know, it's not really even a matter of paying them. It's a matter of the work it is every single day feeding and watering animals. So because I have such wonderful friends that let me borrow their chickens, and next year or this summer rabbits, I'm totally excited about that. Lynn, there's a lot of different ones online. They're just countertops. It does the whole circulation. There's nutrients you put in the water, like a basic hydroponics, and then it has a light above. And this one will adjust all the way up to, I think, 2.5 feet above, so that your plants can actually grow quite well. I mean, that root system would be taking up almost all the water. So that will be interesting. Now, side note, the Vineyard Chicks are live right now too. And so if you subscribe to the Vineyard Chicks, also open another tab on your computer, and you can go back and forth. I do that all the time. Going from one live to another live and coming back and forth. I just click the tabs, and so I can know everything that's going on 2 different lives, because I want to support my friends that have YouTube channels. Teresa's here. Good evening, everyone. Sorry I have missed you all. Had a stressful, busy couple of months, but it's getting better. Good. I'm glad to hear that it's getting better. Fabulous. When he says I have pet rabbits, they are a lot of work. We have had rabbits since the kids were little. But then when we started coming back and forth, we gave our rabbits away because, I didn't want to have to ask, even though I actually had 2 different people say, oh, we'll come over to your house and feed and water them. I said, you see that now, but when it is 40 below zero and you have to start up your car and you got to drive here, even the neighbor boy down the street said, I can do it. I can come up every day. And it's like, no, you'd be tracking through the snow. This would not be fun. And so when you look at your goals for this year, what things are actually possible and what things just don't, it doesn't make it worth it. We were at the grocery store yesterday, and I had to get an 18 pack of eggs for this morning at the clubhouse because it was breakfast. And it was $7.63. Now, if that's not a reason to have chickens in your yard, I don't know what is, because that is crazy prices. And Wayne's here. Wayne, hello. How are ya? That's true. The animals do not care if it's a holiday. They don't care that you want to go on vacation. They don't care about any of those things. They want you to feed them, water them, keep their little houses clean. And they don't really care what else you have in your life because you chose to have them and they expect you to take care of them themselves. But that's the facts of life when you're a homesteader. You have to choose what you have time for. So when you're Oh, Anne says she thinks they changed their lifetime. Well, they had, but then when I saw their little notification thing, I thought it said that it was going to start at 8 o'clock Central Time. Oh, so that would be an hour different than mine, though. Yeah, because I was thinking, because that would start at 7 o'clock. Yeah, you're right. Vineyard chicks don't start until till 45 more minutes. See, it's weird when you live in Arizona. When we first get down here, we're on Pacific time. Then the time changes and we're on Mountain Standard Time because Arizona doesn't change. And so then sometimes it's like, I got to really think about that. But sometimes the vineyard chicks are 2 hours different than me, but they're actually only 1 hour right now. So it's just one of those things. And I must be missing the conversation because Julie says laptop and phone works too. So somebody must have been having some trouble. And Cheryl's here. Hey, Cheryl. How are ya? I hope you had a nice Christmas and a New Year's. And Glenda is here. Grace and Fire. Glenda has a great channel. And she has a really nice Instagram that I like seeing all the photos of the chickens and everything. But I love chickens. So... Linda says, I was thinking about the great fruit trees you will be planting in Arizona. When I lived there, I had avocado tree and they take a long time to grow, but it's worth it. I have an avocado tree. I have a ponderosa lemon, 2 Meyer lemons, a blood red orange, a ruby red grapefruit, Mexican lime. I'm trying to go down my lines. What I have. Mexican lime, an orange. It is it's not a navel, but it's another sweet orange. And that has another plant, another fruit tree right there on the end. I don't know. It's got to be some kind of orange. I can't remember now. I have to look at my little chart. I don't know why I can't think of what it is. But you're right. When they start getting mature, it is amazing. Now, one of the things that I got at Christmas time was a poinsettia. Actually, I got a few of them and I gave 2 of them away. There was a deal at Home Depot. You got 3 of them for, I think it was $11. And it was way before Christmas. And I thought, well, I'll give one to Mom. I gave one to my friend Lisa. And they're giving them back to me so I can plant them in the ground. So one of my goals, which isn't part of my top 5, is to see if I can, over summer, a poinsettia. So I'm going to plant them along that row that's got the bananas. And in Central America, they grow poinsettias, and they're huge bushes. And I thought, well, if I can grow bananas, shouldn't I be able to grow poinsettias? That's my thinking anyway. So Susan says that's how much eggs are here too. Dry, expensive. They are darn expensive, I think. Man, it's just like crazy. Oh, good. Wayne had won the poinsettia painting, so I'm glad you liked it. Awesome. Shani says she loves watching the hens. I do too. We need a hen cam setup. I've often thought that would be interesting because people do have those 24-hour webcams that just run all the time. And I think it's interesting. Like, I like it when they have them in little bird boxes and you see with the eggs and when the babies hatch, and I like it. And so I've actually even talked to Joe that I think that we should figure out how to set up a cam, and then it can just run all the time besides my other videos. And I'm sure I can figure it out, you know. I mean, people do it, so it's not rocket science. So I should be able to do that. And she says she needs some seeds from those fruit trees to grow. I will give them to you. I just planted some ponderosa lemon seeds a week ago. And so I'll let you know if how they sprout, because this is really, I mean, I did get a few ponderosa lemons last year, 1 or 2 or 3 or something, I can't remember. But this year I have a lot of them. And a ponderosa lemon weighs about, they're like this big. They're bigger than softballs. They weigh 2 to 3 pounds. And so I thought, I'm going to see if I can get some of that, because I have grown them from seeds up in Wyoming. So I thought I'll have to do it. Oh, Rebecca is here. Hello, Rebecca. Teresa, you are welcome. And for the gnome painting too, because on my other channel, I did 12 paintings of Christmas and then I gave them away. So that was a fun project. And I did it 2 times a week and we gave them away. And then I had some bonus ones and I gave those away. And so it was totally fun. Now, everybody knows I only like my lives being 30 minutes. And so I have 2 prizes to give away today. So let me pop that off. Now this one, it's actually for kids. It's called Enjoy the Colors of Life. It's a brush tube. So inside here, it has an apron for little kids. And then it has a whole bunch of brushes. I don't know if you can really tell, but inside there are brushes so that they can paint. And I didn't unseal it. Oh, maybe I can. Oh no, see, I can take one of those. I'm not going to take the apron off because it's got plastic on it. But see, it's got some brushes and looks like about 5 or 6 brushes in there. So let's see who wants to win that. Cheryl says that she has an artificial Christmas tree out on her deck, had 2 birds build a nest in it the past spring and summer. I love that. That is so cool. And she has a ponderosa lemon. It's about 2 feet tall now. I will plant it this year. Awesome. Because a lot of times you keep them in pots until they get a little bit bigger and then you plant them outside. But I know that Ann and Jake, they have citrus in their greenhouse down in Texas. And it's just always fun. You know, I like to try to grow things when people tell you can't grow them, and so why not? So anyway, I am going to type in my little thing. So just make sure you make a comment. It doesn't really matter. You can put a number. You can say anything you want. Well, not anything you want, but nice things. And we will see who is going to be our winner for that. Okay, so let's go. And they should, it should see how I wrote exclamation mark winner. And the winner is Hendrickson Family Farms. I'm pretty sure I have your address. If I don't, I'll look on your about section and I will mail this out to you tomorrow. We didn't have any mail today. I'm sure you guys didn't either. And we got 24 minutes. I got another prize, but we can talk a little bit more of things in 2023. So if you were going to say one thing that you wanted out of 2023, and you don't have to think of it as a goal. You don't have to think about it as something that's hard to do or forced to do. But is there just one of those things that you've been just like wishing on and you would just like it to happen? So tell us in the comments. I think it might be interesting to people. And Hendrickson Family Farm, I'm going to write you down so I don't forget. Okay. What would you like out of 2023? Oh, see, Lynn wants to adopt a kitten. She's in a new place, a new cat. That is awesome. Shannon would like a productive garden and better health. See, those are nice things. I just have a good feeling about 2023. And I think it's important to look forward. I talked to a friend of mine at Christmas time, And, oh, hi, Penny. Oh, want to have better control of her money. That is a great thing to want. More energy, better health. You know, with my friend, and I think I might have talked about it on a live or just to some of my friends, she doesn't like Christmas time. Her parents, different years passed during the holiday season. And I said, you really got to make some new memories, and you got to look at life at a different way, because, I mean, she doesn't want to decorate. She doesn't want to do, and it's been several years since her mom died, and her dad had died way before that. So I think it's important that we need to look for the goodness on what's coming. World peace, freedom, productive farm. Awesome. Oh, Linda says, solid night of sleep. When you don't sleep good, it can be tough on you. You know, chamomile tea helps me when I can't go to sleep. If you have hops, if you grow hops or you know somebody who has hops, it's an unusual smell, but you can put it in your pillow, you know, on the bottom side, not where you're laying on. And it has the scent of it has a thing that will help you sleep. Glenda would say, I'd like to be able to grow more flower varieties than I've ever have before. Grow veggies, but I want to expand the flower varieties. Now that is interesting. I have a friend back home, and she loves flowers. And she decided, you know, she's probably 10 years younger than me. They bought this great big huge greenhouse, and she has flowers growing outside the greenhouse and inside, and she has made herself a business of cut flowers. And it is a good business for her. And she has tours, and you can have these classes, and you get it. She shows you how to cut the flowers and put them all in an arrangement. It's really a great idea. And she says, I shaved my head. My goal is to see how long my hair grows in 2023. Well, that's interesting. Angie always has her hair cut really short. In fact, when it gets to be about, maybe a half an inch long, the way it lays, it's just so cute. But she has a perfect shaped head to have a shaved head. And it looks good. Brandy, to have our daughter adopted soon. I'm praying for you. That autumn is just amazing. We all love her. Oh, look who's here, Steve from Wyoming. Though, Steve, you're not in Wyoming right now, are you? It's like me. I'm not in Wyoming right now either. See, Shannon is going to be praying for you, Brandy. Awesome. So, Teresa says, I would like to get wood shop finished so I can be more productive to finally make a living at what I enjoy doing. That is a great goal for 2023. Because all of us, even people that say, I'm not going to do any resolutions. You don't have to do a resolution, but goals are good for you. Like, I like lists all the time. I am more productive when I have lists than I am any other time. And so it's a good thing to do. You know, I like lists because I find great satisfaction in checking those off. Like up here, I have my whiteboard that I put all my ideas about videos. And as I do that video, I cross it off. And when I get down far enough, I wipe it all off and start again. I have great satisfaction on that. An outside bench, so when I am grilling, I can sit nearby. I also can sit outside and enjoy some sun. That is a great thing to do. Good idea. H. Soden, how are ya? Hubby home from over the road trucking. My brother-in-law was a over the road trucker, one of Joe's brothers. He was gone all the time. That's a tough thing on families, you know. So I hope that works for you guys. Oh, Carol, doing more volunteer work. There's a thing about when you volunteer that, I mean, you're giving of yourself, but the feeling that you get back it's like when I teach classes, because a lot of times I'm teaching classes and I'm not charging anything. So it's just a giving volunteer thing. And I love that. It is a great feeling. So I can totally understand that, Carol. Oh, Brandy also wants to have her she shed with her studio kitchen. Oh, that would be nice. Fixing up my home. There's always projects, aren't there? May everyone be able to receive all they are needing this year. I pray that all the time, that God just opens doors and just makes it so it's stressful when you don't have enough money, you don't have enough food, you don't have a lot of things. And that's hard. Not that it's bad. Because like when my kids were little, you didn't have very much money and you improvise, and it's a good training tool, but there's got to be a balance in there too. So, and Lynn's going to paint her house inside. I like it. Looky here, the little wolf that could. Hey, girl, how are ya? Thank you so much for all you do for all of us. You are a mother hen to many. That's probably true. It's crazy. Oh, we got to do another giveaway. Okay, so these things. Oh, let's see the holes in there. There's not really holes in there. That's because I have a green screen on the back. You put them around a wine glass so that that's your glass. Like there's orange, brown. They have different sayings on them. And so anyway, we're going to give that away. So let me type in winner. And let's see who's going to be our winner of that gift. And I will mail them out tomorrow. If you think I don't have your regular physical address, make sure you send it to me. Yeah, wine markers. I wasn't sure if they called them wine rings, but they are wine markers. So let's see who. Oh, wait, right there. And the winner is Teresa S. And I do have your address. So, Teresa, I will send this out to you tomorrow. Congratulations. How fun. So I'm writing Teresa down. Awesome. Oh, was that fun and easy or what? Oh, and look here. Janice says congratulations. But I'm past our time, and I have to go back into my kitchen. I was in the middle of making broccoli cheese soup. I cut my first cuttings of broccoli this afternoon from the garden. And actually, it was a whole sink full. It was a lot of broccoli. And the kind I'm growing right in that part is called asparagus broccoli. And so it makes fairly large heads, but there's lots of them. But it's not like broccolini where it's very thin and it's just a little teeny floret. This has big ones, but not as big as a regular broccoli. But it just grows as you keep cutting it. Anyway, I had it all mixed in except for the cheese. And I was going to blend part of it. So I got out my food processor. It wouldn't work. And there was a little plastic thing that it hadn't broken all the way off, but it was bending when you push that down for it to make it start. And I'm doing a video on making it, so I'll have that up tomorrow. But Joe took some super glue and styrofoam. So you put the super glue in there and then you touch it with the styrofoam and it does this chemical reaction and it bonds it stronger than just super glue. And so it's drying, but Joe tested it and it worked. And so I got to go finish making some broccoli cheese soup for our supper tonight and finish my video on it. Shannon, you can grow it, though I have not seen seeds for that. It was plants, a 6-pack that I found at a local nursery. And so I'm going to have to do some Googling. I'm sure there's got to be seeds someplace, but it was called asparagus broccoli. And I thought that was kind of interesting. And I think it is just because it sends up all these tall shoots. And I mean, they're thick and the broccoli is big, not huge, but big. And you'll see it in the video. It was just like, wow. And it's tasty. So I got to go finish that soup because Joe is probably hungry. It's 6:35 here. And you have a beautiful week and a wonderful night too. I know there's so many fun people in here tonight. So thanks for stopping by. I hope this year, 2023, is filled with blessings and open doors. And we've had a tough few years. And I think I just have this feeling that things are going to be fabulous. Angie, I will let one of the plants go to seed. So I will have some, a little bundle, and I'll let that go to seed, and I'll put a bag over it so that it's good. Okay, everybody, have a great night. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you if you watch the video tomorrow on broccoli cheese soup. Bye, everybody.